Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Fundamental Finance and Investing. I'm Josh, and this week I want to discuss, in the media, there's a lot of, a lot of news around the coming market crash. And, I did a quick Google just before this video and just wrote market crash. And there's just video after video after video saying the next market's crash and 10 signs it's coming. So-and-so on the coming market crash. The massive 2-year market crash is coming. Will the stock market crash again in 2021? The stock market crash may be coming. Six metrics that says why. And, it is a whole lot of fear around the stock markets in general. Even though we're currently seeing explosive growth through companies, whether or not that's warranted. I guess I want to bring all of this back to, as a value investor, as a fundamental investor, it doesn't matter. This is all stimulation that just takes us away from what we should be focusing on, which is researching a company, understanding the company, understanding its intrinsic competitive advantages, understanding the management, and knowing what the value of the company is and what price we want to pay for that company. Everything else is just noise. Of course, as part of our research, we are going to be looking through a lot of the news and a lot of the analyst articles and all that kind of stuff. But at the end of the day, that's for us to form our opinion around the company that we want to invest in. Whether or not the stock market crashes doesn't mean anything. At the end of the day, it's good for us as a value investor because that is one of the events that bring our companies on sale. So Warren Buffett has mentioned in the past, it's stay as unstimulated as you can. That's why he doesn't live in New York. Obviously, his home is in Omaha, but he has said in the past, half the reason he doesn't work on Wall Street is because then he doesn't have to get overstimulated by all of the noise, all of the consistent, news and people trying to, share their opinions on everything. Where he is out of the way. And that's a really good sign to see as a value investor, as a fundamental investor. Try to stay as unstimulated as you can. And that way you don't get drawn into, the noise of the media or the negative news cycles and all of the stuff that at the end of the day means really nothing to us. As long as we can continue to do our research on the companies, build our confidence in our investing decisions, and just grow that certainty through research that, when we invest in this company, when the time comes to invest in it, it's going to grow our wealth exponentially. That's what matters. So while everybody is getting sucked into all of this noise and news media, spend this time researching companies. Spend this time doing what actually matters in this style of investing. Get yourself a really good list of companies that you want to invest in, that you want to buy, that means something to you, and it's going to create wealth for you over the time. And if it's not on sale right now, put it in your watch list. Get a nice big watch list ready, and then if this so-called market crash comes, which nobody's ever going to predict, but if and when it comes, and they always come, it's economic cycles. That's the time that you want to buy your company. And even during these hot markets, if you're investing this style, you will have companies come on sale regardless, because it's not only economic events that bring our companies on sale, but it's industry-wide events, it's company-specific events, anything that brings our company down to our sale price. As long as a company hasn't had something happen to it that's going to affect it long term, it's just a short-term event, and we know that 2 to 3 years it's not going to matter anymore, and it's going to be back to where it was comfortably. Then buy it. If there's a market crash coming and your company's on sale now, where we invest this style because we know that in the long term, our company is going to be is going to reach its value again. Regardless of the price, it's going to reach what it's worth. And that's just the vicissitudes of life, as Charlie Munger says. And just like Ben Graham puts it, in the short term, the markets are a voting machine, and in the long term, they're a weighing machine. And eventually, our company will be weighed for what it's worth, regardless of the economic cycle that we're in. And if it's in an environment like right now where, PE ratios are huge and everything's really, really like overvalued, well, most things in my opinion is very, very overvalued, then, these are the times where you can start looking to take some of your money off the table, build up that cash reserve for when the market crash inevitably does come. This is going to bring more of our companies on sale. It's going to allow us to invest our wealth at really, really good prices, and it's going to allow our wealth to grow exponentially because we're being patient at times like this. We're investing heavy. We're being passive aggressive investors when the time's right, and then we're being patient whilst our companies grow back from the lower price up to the value, and we can either take profits at that point or we can just continue to let it grow. And I think the big point to take away from this is, regardless of what's being said in the media, regardless of what people are saying, regardless of what your cabbie says that they should, stocks you should buy, just take these times to get out of the stimulation of the media and really research your companies, get yourself a really good watch list, and then, passive aggressive, buy heavy when the time's right, and then, be patient and wait for your companies to go back to the value that they're worth. Bit of a different one, but, everybody, there's so much news at the moment saying there's a market crash coming. Whether it does, whether it doesn't, whether it's tomorrow, whether it's 2 years away, doesn't mean anything to us. Get our watch list, buy up when the time's right, and let's make money together. All right, so that's it for this week. If you feel you got any value, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon if you want to see when new videos are dropped. And check out my other videos. Leave some comments. If you have any questions, hit me up in the comments. I'll get back to them. And if you have any topics that you want me to cover, feel free to put them down there as well. And I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.